Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananantva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmana Brahmanaspata Anashunvannotibhisida Sadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitriyavatu Vagdevyai Namaha Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the second session. We are preparing to receive Lord Krishna at midnight 12 o'clock and celebrate his day of manifestation. I had in the first session taken you through the Bhagavata story where Lord Narayana showed himself to Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. Then he transformed into a small child and then instructed Vasudeva to take him to Gokula and exchange the babies there. The baby of Yashoda, which was Mahamaya, Yogamaya, born as a girl, and Lord Krishna will be kept there, and that Yogamaya born to Yashoda will be brought here to Vasudeva or Devaki. So on the instruction of Lord Narayana, he was ready to do that. But he was surprised, how can I do that? The jail is guarded by so many guards there, and also it is locked everywhere, and outside it was the rainy season, monsoons. So the river was in spate, he had to cross the river. How am I go to do that? So let us see the miracle of Lord Krishna as soon as he is born. Before that, we will sing one Namavali of Lord Krishna and prepare our mind for that miracle. Now, I will take you through this Namavali. He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Shyam. Now in this Namavali, the tongue twister is Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Shyam. Nanda Nandana. the son of Nanda, Radhesham, Navanita Chora Radhesham. Lord Krishna's pastime was stealing butter from the other gopis. So Navanita means butter, Chora means thief. So if we have committed the sin of stealing, if you take the name of Lord Krishna as Navanita Chora, all that sins will vanish, it seems, the Bhagavata Purana tells. So Navanita Chora, we will address Lord Krishna as the thief of butter. Navanita Chora Radhesham. Then Keshava, Madhava, Yadava, Nandana. Keshava, you know. Madhava, Ma means Lakshmi. Dhava means the husband, Madhava. Then Yadava Nandana. So he was born in the Yadava family. Then Radhe Krishna Radhesham. This is a beautiful song on Lord Krishna. Let us sing this with great devotion and get the preparation to hear the wonderful story or the Leela of Lord Krishna. He Murali Sridhara, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. He Murali Sridhara, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandan, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. He Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandan, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Navanita Chora Radhe Sham, Navanita Chora Radhe Sham, Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Nanda Nandana Radhe Sham, Navanita Chora Radhe Sham, Navanita Chora Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandan, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Bhaktavatsala Radhe Sham, Bhaktavatsala Radhe Sham, Bhagavata Priya Radhe Sham, Bhagavata Priya Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandan, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham, Radhe Krishna Radhe Sham. Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Nandanandana Radhesham, Nandanandana Radhesham, Navanita Chura Radhesham, Navanita Chura Radhesham, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, He Murali Sridhara, Radhe Krishna Radhesham. Bhakta Vatsala Radhesham, Bhagavata Priya Radhesham, Bhakta Vatsala Radhesham, Bhagavata Priya Radhesham, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, He Murali Sridhara, 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 Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Keshava Madhava Yadava Nandana, Radhe Krishna Radhesham, 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 Radhe Krishna Radhesham. During the Ramavatara, Lord Krishna, now as the Krishna avatar, the same person, Lord Ramachandra, has taken the form now in the Dwapara Yuga as Lord Krishna. Then it was easy, all were following righteousness, only few of them were unrighteous. Even the demon Ravana was also a great devotee of Shiva, and he was also following some sort of righteousness. So all through his life you can see Ramachandra followed that perfect righteousness. But as Lord Krishna, the cow of righteousness was standing only on two legs. In Satya Yuga, the cow of righteousness was standing on all the four legs. In the Treta Yuga during Ramachandra, it was standing on three legs. So the dharma, righteousness had come down. During Dwapara Yuga, it was standing only on two legs. So it was a very difficult task for Krishna to maintain the righteousness and bring back the balance. So he had to act in a very, very, very special way. He had to manifest so much of miracles and powers and all the things. So I will just tell you one incident. An Englishman and an Irishman walked into a bakery. The Englishman stole 3 buns and put them into his pocket, and he leaves. He says to the Irishman, "That took great skill and guile to steal those buns." The owner didn't even notice it. The Irishman replied, "That's just simple thievery. You stole it. I will show you how to do in the honest way." So, I will show you how to do it in the honest way and get the same result. I will not take to unrighteousness. I will do the same thing in the honest way and I will get the same result. So let us watch. That is how Lord Krishna did. So many people like Shakuni, Duryodhana, Dushasana, all were of such bad character. They were taking all the means to destroy righteousness. So Krishna, in an honest way, very nicely, he tricked all of them. So how did this Irishman do that? The Irishman is telling, "You just stole. It was just simple thievery. I will show you how to do the honest way and get the same result." The Irishman then proceeded to call out the owner of the bakery and says, "Sir, I want to show you a magic trick." The owner was intrigued, so he came over to see the magic trick. The Irishman asked him for a bun. Yes, the bakery owner gave him the bun, and then he proceeded to eat it. He asked for 2 more times. And after eating them again, the owner now says, "Okay, my friend, you have eaten 3 buns now. Show me some magic trick." Now the Irishman calls this Englishman. He said, "Look at that Englishman standing there and go and check his pocket." So you can see, in an honest way, he did it. So Krishna had to take up so many tricks in his life because the dharma was standing only on 2 legs, righteousness. Now Kali Yuga, it is dharma is standing only on 1 leg. So you can imagine how much more difficult it will be for the avatara to do his work. Now going forward, we shall now be transported to Gokula, where Lord Vishnu has commanded, or Narayana has commanded Vasudeva to take the newborn child and leave it in Gokula in the house of Nanda, the chief of the cowherd. And then he was to bring back with him the child which has been born to Yashoda, the wife of Nanda. Vasudeva and Devaki were wondering how this could be achieved, considering that the doors were all locked and armed guards were stationed at every doorway. Kamsa had doubled the guards ever since he knew that the child to be born to Devaki. Vasudeva placed the child in a small wicker basket and covered him with his own upper cloth, Uttariya, and he held the basket in his hand and looked in despair at the locked doorways. A miracle was seen. The locks snapped open on their own accord, with amazement writ on their faces. They watched the doors swing open. Vasudeva walked towards the door and found that all the security, the watchmen, were all sunk in deep sleep. Though they were guarding very well until then, by the Maya of Lord Krishna, they fell asleep. He walked out without any trouble and reached the bank of the Yamuna river. The sky was suddenly overcast and dense black clouds gathered in the heavens. Rain began to fall in torrents, and Vasudeva did not know how he was going to cross the river, which threatened to brim her banks. Placing his faith in the Lord, Vasudeva simply, with Shraddha, stepped into the waters. Without his knowing, Adishesha, the divine serpent snake with 1,000 hoods, it came there, followed Vasudeva with his 1,000 hoods. He covered the baby from the rain. He protected that serpent, divine serpent, Adishesha, protected the child from rain. The river Yamuna, whose water had swollen so much because of the floods, because of the downpour caused by the rain, suddenly started giving way to Vasudeva, even as the ocean gave way to Sri Ramachandra when he wanted to cross. Vasudeva reached Nanda Gokula following the command of the Lord. He went straight to the home of Nanda. All were in deep sleep. He reached the apartment of Yashoda, Nanda's queen. Vasudeva saw a girl child lying by her side. Gently he lifted the child after placing his own son, Lord Krishna, by the side of Yashoda. He placed the other child in his basket. It was a girl. The entire Gokula was asleep in a trance. Vasudeva traced his step back to Mathura and came back to his prison. He placed the child by the side of Devaki, and he found that the doors had locked back themselves. He placed the iron on his ankles and hands, and they waited for the coming of Kamsa to kill this baby. The palace was roused by the lusty cry of the newborn child. The guards who were at the doorways rushed to the presence of Kamsa and said, "My lord, Devaki's child has been born. We hurried here at once to inform you about it." Kamsa was lying on his bed, trying to sleep. Sleep had forsaken him long ago. Ever since, he knew that Devaki was with that child. Now I want to tell you one secret. What is that? Just like there are 5 ways of approaching God, the relationship with God. What are they? As servant, the Lord is the master and we are the servants. Then another is Vatsalya Bhava, God is father and mother, we as the child. Then Vatsalya Bhava, that is another Bhava, Shanta Bhava. Vatsalya Bhava is we are the father and mother and the baby, God is the child. Then Madhura Bhava, approaching God as if He is our lover. That is, God is the husband and we are the wife. So that is the Madhura Bhava. Sakhya Bhava, Arjuna did it. What is that? Friend, as a brother, all that thing are there. But there is one more, which is not told in the Bhakti Shastras openly, but it is there. What is that? To establish relationship with God as an enemy. When Jaya and Vijaya, the doorkeepers of Lord Narayana, were cursed by the 4 rishis, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, that you stopped us from going to see the Lord Vishnu, so you will be separated from Vishnu and will be born as demons in the world. Then the rishis' curse had to take place. They pleaded with Narayana, please help us. Then I told there are 2 ways. So many lives you will be devotees and you will be away from me for many lives as human beings, as great devotees, and come back. Within 3 births, you will be like my enemies and quickly finish it off and come back. Which do you want? They told, we will go down as your enemies because we can't stay without you for many, many years. So, see, to establish the relationship with the Lord as the enemy, Kamsa had that. He was one of them, Jaya, Vijaya, Ravana, all these people, Hiranyakashipu. They were always thinking of Narayana due to their hatred. Constantly. See, it is more than love. In your love, the beloved ones, you can't think them constantly. In your hatred towards somebody, what is hatred? Have you ever thought of it? What is hatred? Hatred is another form of love. How? When you love somebody and you can't get him, then that love will turn into hatred. So now here, that hatred is very, very intense. You will be always, the enemies will be always thinking of their enemy in their mind. Not even a single moment they can keep quiet. Here, Kamsa, if he goes to sit down, he will see the baby. If he stands up, he sees baby, Krishna, Narayana. If he goes to take food, he is thinking of Narayana. So now, he has never slept all these days. He was trying to sleep, that's all. He was so much full of fear. When will he come and kill me? So, you just see, he's constantly meditating on Narayana. But the Bhakti Shastras tell, do not take this path, but it's very, very difficult. But it is very quick. You will get liberation very quickly. Because to die in the hand of the Lord is not so easy. So now, this Kamsa, he was woken up from the sleep. He was trying to, he couldn't get sleep. When he heard that the child had been born, he snatched his sword and with his hair flying in the breeze, he rushed to the prison which held Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki saw him and thought it was the god of death, Yamaraj, who was coming towards her. So terrible was the look on his face. She fell at his feet and said, "My beloved brother, please do not kill this child. Spare her to me, because it is a girl which has been born to me. Every one of my sons I gave you, and you killed them all. But this is a girl. What can a poor girl do? I am sure she is incapable of fulfilling the prophecy which has frightened you. spare her, spare her. Killing a girl, killing a woman is a terrible sin. Do not commit that folly. I was once dear to you, O Kamsa. In the name of that love, I ask you, please give me this one child. She held the child to her bosom and held it tight. Tears were bathing the form of the newborn child. Devaki's prayers fell on deaf ears. So Kamsa was like one possessed, and the fear of death had made a beast of him. He snatched the child roughly from the weak hands of his sister, and holding the child with its tender legs, he tried to dash it against the piece of stone. In the jail, there was one stone piece, the Balistupa. So all that 8 babies, he had caught hold of the child and smashed its head into that. Now this girl child too, he took it and smashed it. He tried to dash it against that piece of stone. The child, now it went and touched that stone, which was Vishnu Maya, the Divine Mother herself. After that, slipped from his grip and took the form of a eagle, kite, Garuda, and it flew up into the sky. Amazed at what had happened, everyone looked up. There, high up in the sky, they saw the form of the Divine Mother, Vishnu Maya. She held several weapons of destruction in her 8 hands. Her neck was adorned with a garland of sweet flowers. Jewels gleamed from her neck, arms and feet. She was holding a bow, a trident, arrows, sword, conch, discus and mace. Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras and other celestial beings were around her, and they worshipped her. From above, the word, from the sky where she was poised, she spoke to Kamsa and said, "Stupid fool, how foolish of you to try and kill me. What can you achieve by killing me? Your enemy who is going to kill you, the Lord, the child which is just trying to kill you, has already been born. I myself would have killed you, but you have touched my feet, so I am going to forgive you. Go. Let Narayana kill you, because you are destined to be killed by Narayana. I am going to forgive you. Go." And she vanished. So that mother who had taken the form of the kite, and then she went and landed in the Vindhya Parvata. So I had been to that Vindhya Parvata. It is a very famous place for the Divine Mother. Very sacred place for the Divine Mother. I went there to that Vindhya Parvata. When I went there, I could see the image of the Divine Mother. What did I see? From neck downwards, it is the Divine Mother. Everything is a female form. But above the neck, I saw it was the bird's face. Why? The Divine Mother had taken the eagle form of the bird. So even now, if you go to Vindhyavasini or Vindhya Parvata, you can see that. I had been to the temple. So now, that stone piece which he would smash, now it touched the Divine Mother. So the Muslims, when they conquered, they destroyed everything and built a masjid in the jail of Kamsa where Krishna was born. But before that, some of the things were taken. The Rajputs from Rajasthan, they took it. And in Jaipur, if you go, there is one Kali Mandir. In that mandir, this stone stupa is preserved. I had gone to that place too and touched that, and I saw that that is worshipped there. Why? It was touched by because when she was smashed to that, it touched that stone. So they have preserved it in Jaipur. If you go there, you can see that too. Now, the Divine Mother vanished. She vanished from the sky, and the earth was left in darkness. So now, Kamsa is still with the enemy here. The Vishnu Maya was born to Yashoda. Everyone in Gokula went into trance, and they only knew that a child had been born to Yashoda. They did not even know whether it was a boy or a girl. After Vasudeva came and the exchange of the children had taken place, they all woke up from the deep sleep, and news spread like wildfire, a son has been born. Why? Vasudeva has replaced Krishna here. The entire Gokula rushed to the house of their chief to see the child. There he lay, the Lord of the universe, by the side of his mother, Yashoda, small, and frail. Held in her arms, they said he looked like a blue lotus. So Krishna is Neela Megha Shyama, dark in color. So he's looking like the baby is looking very small and frail, and he's looking like a blue lotus. Nanda was in seventh, the father, Nanda was in the seventh heaven. So happy. He had a son who was beautiful as the moon. He made the Brahmins recite the holy mantras to avert all evil. Nazar, nazar, nikalna. To remove all the bad eyes. So he did the Brahmanas to recite the mantras, the priests, to avert all evil, and gave away gifts to many people. The purification ceremony by name Jatakarma. When the baby is born, they do the first samskara. Jatakarma was performed for the newborn. The entire Gokula had a festive look since the prince has been born there. Every house was decorated and the streets were all sprinkled with perfumed water. Now we shall go to the next thing. This is a very important thing. There are so many other miracles performed by child Krishna, but this one is very, very important because there is some palashruti, use of hearing, that we get something special out of it. So we will hear this. What is that miracle? Kamsa thought that the time had come when he should act according to the advice of the evil mentors. He decided to begin killing all the newborn children in that country. He thought up methods of doing it and finally decided on the right person to execute his orders. The wife of one of his mentors went by the name of Putana, and she was a dreadful demoness. Kamsa summoned her to his presence and told her what he wanted her to do. So now she, with the form of her Maya, magical form, started flying everywhere, looking for babies, newborn babies everywhere. So from that moment she began wandering at will in the nearby cities, villages, places where people had their homes. It is not a fact that the asuras can show, the demonesses can show their power only in places where the praises of the Lord are not heard. When such is the case, how could Putana even hope to do harm to the Lord himself, who was living in Gokula in human form? Wandering and wandering she was at will. One day Putana was flying in the air, saw Gokula, and since she had not gone there yet, decided that she would go there. With her powers of Maya, she changed herself into a beautiful woman, and she went to the sacred spot by name Gokula. She looked around, and seeing a large house where a number of women were coming and going, she entered the house. It happened to be the palace of Nanda. Now this demoness Putana had tied up her hair in a loose knot and had placed a wreath of jasmine on it. She was indeed charming. Now, because of her magic, she was looking very beautiful. Her hair was curly and fell in tight little curls around her face, and passing breeze played with it, lending charm to her face. She smiled often. In her hand and she held a lotus. The gopis thought this was the goddess of Lakshmi herself. So beautiful was Putana in her disguise. She won the hearts of the simple gopis who were all guileless. She entered the house of Nanda and reached the courtyard where the Lord, little frail Krishna, baby Krishna, was sleeping. He had concealed all his glory in the form of a small child, and he was like a, how was Krishna? See, here Bhagavata is describing, he had concealed all his external beauty and he was looking like a, this is Bhagavata words, I am not telling anything. He was looking like a coal, charcoal, covered with ashes. The baby was looking like coal covered with ashes. It was by chance that Putana saw this beautiful child in the cradle. As soon as she set foot in the courtyard, the child knew, even the baby knew Putana is coming. So he didn't want to open the eyes. Why? If it opens the eyes and sees that demoness, maybe due to that spiritual power of that sight, she may get transformed. Then he cannot kill her. So she is a demoness, very bad natured. So he closed his eyes and slept as if nothing has happened. He's sleeping. He closed his eyes. Perhaps the Lord knew that she would be blessed with his grace if his eyes fell on her. and that would indeed be a hindrance to his self-appointed task, destroying the wicked and protecting the good, for which purpose he had been born. Putana looked all around her. It so happened that no one was about. She lifted the child from the cradle. Taking him in her arms, she sat down and placed him on her lap. It was as foolish as taking a live cobra which is sleeping and placing it on your neck, thinking that it is just a piece of string. So she sat there. The maids and others who were passing by did not pay attention to this stranger who was having the child on her lap. They were so overcome by her beauty and apparent charm that they did not attach any importance to her actions. Putana now started feeding her breast to the child, which was full of poison. She had filled poison in that milk in the breast. With the child on her lap, she put the child Krishna's lips to her breast, which was filled with poisoned milk. The Lord held her breast firmly in his two little hands and began to suckle it. After a few seconds, she realized that he was sucking her very life out of her. She started crying. Now, because of the pain, she began to scream. Her purpose was all forgotten. She started shouting, "Leave me, leave me." She kept on saying, and she tried to pluck away from Krishna, from the mouth of the child, but it was of no avail. She shrieked in agony, and the earth, the sky, even the planet shook in response. So loud was her pain-filled voice, people thought that there was a thunderbolt which had fallen on the earth somewhere. With a last cry of agony, Putana lost her life. Her beautiful form was all gone. She fell down dead, and she looked like the great Vritra after he had fallen a victim to Indra's Vajrayuda. When she fell, the trees around her, to extent of 6 krosha, so many kilometers, fell like pieces of twigs. People rushed to the spot where the noise came from and found this mountain of a woman fallen on the ground. They stood amazed, and suddenly they saw this Nanda's little son playing on her breast. They rushed towards him, carried him away from there. Yashoda and Rohini then performed so many of the rites which are meant to protect a child from evil, and they all stood around the form of the dead Putana. Why did I take you this Putana Samhara, killing of Putana by baby Krishna? Because there is a special result for that. If you hear that, what happens? Palashruti, that is given in the Bhagavata. What is that? Anyone who listens to the story by name Putana Moksham. The Lord now not only simply killed her, but he gave her liberation, moksha. Anyone who listens to the story by name Putana Moksham with attention and reverence will be blessed by the good fortune of having his mind eternally set on Lord Krishna. He will have unswerving devotion to Lord Krishna. Now, this story of Bhagavata was being narrated by none other than the son of Vyasa Maharshi, that is Shuka. The Shuka Maharshi was telling all this story to Parikshit, who was to die within 7 days. Now King Parikshit said, "My lord, Shuka Maharshi, you have told me the stories of many avatars of Narayana. Matsya Avatara was wonderful, and so were the others. And the purpose for which the Lord assumed these avatars have amazed me and filled with my ears and mind with undiluted pleasure. But this avatara of Lord, that is Krishna, I feel is the most beautiful of them all. I have been told that listening to the stories of Krishna Avatara makes the despondency. If you have depression, even despondency in the mind will vanish." So now you have got a Solution for depression. If anybody is suffering from depression, make them hear Bhagavata, especially the Krishna avatar story. So, Parikshit himself was about to die within 7 days. He might be depressed because of the fear of death. Now he himself is telling that listening to the stories of Krishna Avatara makes the despondency in the mind vanish, and the many desires which make a man unhappy also will vanish. The mind becomes cleansed of all impure thoughts. The mind thinks only of the Lord, and it wants only the company of the devotees of Narayana. Please have the goodness to fill the last few days of my life. Only few more days are left in my life. I have been cursed to die now. So I should fill my ears and my mind in the last few days of my life with the infinite pleasure of listening to the praises of Krishna and about the incidents in Gokula which thrilled all men who were fortunate to have been with him. Shuka continued the narration of Krishna's Leela. Now finally, I will take you through the naming ceremony, Namakarana. After the Jata Karma, now we have to perform, all of us, like the parents of Sri Krishna, Nanda and Yashoda, we will all participate in the naming ceremony, the Namakarana of Lord Krishna. Who did it? Who was the great Rishi? The family priest of Vasudeva. His name was Garga Rishi. Garga arrived in Gokula. Nanda received him with great joy and excitement and reverence. He prostrated before him. He honored him duly, and after offering him Arghya and Padya, he placed him on the honored seat and said, Brahman, how can I express my happiness at your coming? When great men like you leave your ashrama and come to the house of ordinary men like me, it is clear that your desire is to do good to us. Or else, how can I, tied as to my household, who has no time to visit holy places, who is the lowest of all people because of my inability to spend time on noble actions like Tirthayatra, pilgrimage and visiting holy spots, how can I say, be blessed with the sight of such a great personage like your gracious self? You are proficient in the study of Jyotish Shastra, which is supposed to teach men knowledge which is beyond the comprehension of sense. If you do this ceremony, naming ceremony of my children, I will be very blessed. Now, the great Rishi Garga, now he named Balarama. He was the elder. He was at that time not named as Balarama. Now the Garga Rishi is giving this child, I'm very keen that you should be the one to name the children. Garga agreed to do what he had actually come there to do. The mission for which he had travelled all the way to Gokula, he said, this young child, this son of Rohini, which is charming everyone with his beauty and will in later life, charms everyone with his excellent qualities. I will name him as Rama. Since he will be also very powerful, he will be known as Bala. So he was called Balarama. He is also to be named as Sankarshana. This other son of yours is dark in color. What was the description of Bhagavat earlier? Like charcoal or coal covered by ash. So now he is dark in color. So because of that complexion, I will call him Krishna. Krishna means dark in complexion. So now we have done the naming ceremony. You all became the parents of Krishna and you have named. Now should you finally not get some pranks of Krishna? So I will take you through some of the pranks of Lord Krishna. So he has grown up a little, small. Now he is capable of moving on his 4 legs, crawling. Then he is standing. Now he has become, maybe you can put him into kindergarten. So that is the age of Lord Krishna now. Krishna was old enough to begin his pranks. It was his eternal delight to tease the gopis. Gopis means, Gopa means all the male members of Vrindavan and Gokula were called Gopas. And all the female members were called gopis, Gopa Gopi. So it was his delight to tease all the gopis. Yashoda had to listen often to the complaints about her son's mischief in the house of gopis. It was not really, they were very happy to be teased and taunted and everything by this baby Krishna. But they want to come and see Krishna again and again. So they have to make some excuses. So as if to complain, they will come to the house of Yashoda, and in the guise of complaining, they could see that beautiful form of Krishna. So now there is a big list of people who have come to complain to Yashoda. What is happening? It became almost a daily ritual. This string of complaints about Krishna. One of the gopi, that lady told Yashoda, Yashoda, your son has become so mischievous beyond words. One day, it was time for me to milk the cow. I went there, and what did I find? Your son has untied the calf, and that calf had drunk all the milk, and I found nothing for myself. When I saw him standing by, I scolded him. When I scolded him, he just laughed at me. Now another gopi came with her complaint now. She said, your son, Krishna, has become proficient in the art of stealing. He has 100 ways of stealing curds, butter from my house. He eats up some of it and the rest, okay, there is no dearth of milk and butter and curds. He can eat it. He can also give it to his friends. I don't bother, we have lot of cows. But should he not keep quiet after that? He will take all the butter and curds and give it to the monkeys. He will share it with the monkeys. Now he eats up and the rest he gives to the monkeys which are waiting on the trees. He then, at least, okay, he has given it to the monkeys. Should he not go quietly after that? He breaks the pots. His mischief is too much. Now the next third gopi comes with a complaint, said, hey Yashoda, he comes to my house looking for curds and butters and sometimes milk. Sometimes he does not find them. Then he hurts the children, my children. When he cannot get, I have hidden it somewhere, he will get angry. So to punish me, what is he doing? My small child is sleeping in the cradle, he will go and pinch that child and run away. And that so much difficulty, I have sung the lullaby and put that baby into sleep. Now again to make that baby sleep, it is so hard to me. Your Krishna comes and pinches my child and running away. So now yet another complaint was, we are bent upon our household task. We cannot always sit on guard over the butter pot, so we keep it in a dark room so that your Krishna should not find it. So we have hidden all that in a dark room, and even that, in the dark corner we hide it. Your son, Krishna, does not care how dark the room is. The jewels he wears are like his lamp torch. You have put so much jewels, diamonds and everything on your Krishna's body. So that is like a torch for him. So now with that light, he will go into the dark room and steal all the butter. The jewels he wears are like lamp, and he finds out where the pot is placed and steals all of it if we are not there. Now, we told he is so dark in complexion. So if he goes into the dark room, he cannot be seen. She cannot also catch hold of him. Where will she catch? What will she catch? At the most, she can see only the teeth, white teeth or the eyes. If he closes his mouth, she cannot also see that. So I remembered one thing, because very difficult to tell this humor in Africa. Because Lord Krishna is dark in color, I can tell that I don't have any fear. So I am telling about Krishna. What is that? In our Vidyarthi Mandiram, which I was looking after the students there, from Vidyashala of Mysore, students used to come. When they come, we used to interview. I knew that all the students in Vidyashala were very mischievous, naughty. So they used to give nickname to each other. So I used to ask them when they would come for the interview, come on, tell me your nickname. Many of them would tell, and we used to enjoy. It would be very innovative. One boy came, and I asked him, what's your nickname? He told, no, Swamiji, I didn't have any nickname. No, don't tell a lie. Every one of you have a nickname, you have to tell me. No, Swamiji, I don't have. He was feeling shy. After much persuasion, he told, Swamiji, my name was IAS officer. I told, you are just a boy coming from 10th grade to the 11th grade, and now you have to study, go to the college, and then IAS only will be after your degree and master degree. IAS means Indian Administrative Service. It's a very high post. Now, you are just a 10th boy coming to 11th grade. How can you become an IAS officer? With great this thing, shyness, he's telling Swamiji. He was very dark in complexion, like Krishna. So that's why these boys there named me as IAS officer. Why? What is that? What is the expansion of IAS? Is it Indian administratives? No, Swamiji. Invisible after sunset. So it can be invisible after sunset, invisible after 7 o'clock, invisible after 6 o'clock, whatever you want you can take. So now he was called IAS. So our Lord Krishna is also IAS officer. How is he invisible after? In the darkness you can't see him. So here the gopi is also troubled by Krishna. If I keep it beyond his reach, said another gopi, what will he do? Your Krishna, what is he going to do if I keep the butter and curds beyond his reach? He tries another trick. He sees the butter pot hanging from the roof. So some of the mothers, they used to tie it with some rope and hang it on the top so that this fellow Krishna should not reach. So what does he do? Even then he has so many tricks. It is placed in a receptacle made up of rope. Krishna first places the tripod I use for churning the butter. Then on it places the mortar, and on that he makes one of his best friends to stand, and he gets up on the back of this boy and makes a hole in the pot of milk or curd or butter. Then he will be opening his mouth and he will be distributing it to all his friends. If I come there and find him out, I shout, Krishna, I have caught you today. You are stealing from my house. He is undaunted, is not at all afraid. He makes faces at me and says, I am the owner of this house. You are the thief. Why? He is the owner of this universe. We are all just his servants. We are the thieves. Come here. So he is telling that in an indirect way. I am the owner of this house. You are the thief. What a wonderful way. With one small other prank and one bhajan, I will give an end to my wonderful Leela, the sport time of Lord Krishna. What is that? Once similarly, our Krishna has gone to steal butter. What did he do? The pot was hung high up. So he made, during Krishna Janmashtami in Maharashtra, in some places, they will play a game called Govinda. What is that? So 3-storied building, 4-storied building. From there they will tie through the thread one pot. In that they will keep butter and also some money, lot of things there. And there will be different youth groups. They all come, they make pyramids. 10 below, then again 6 above them, then again 5 above them, then again 3 above them. They'll go up. Those who break that pot and bring out that money, they can get it. So that is a competition. It's called Govinda. In Maharashtra, they celebrate that. It is during Krishna Janmashtami. It's a very great festival. You can see that there. Why did they do that? They are imitating Krishna. So there was this pot of butter. Krishna went with his friends. He made a pyramid. He made another group of boys to stand, his friends, chums, to stand on that. This child Krishna is climbing up, and he has kept his hand into the pot to steal butter. By that time, the lady of the house, Gopi, came. She saw, Krishna, I have caught you. What are you doing there? Now very naughty Krishna. He immediately tells, no, I am not come here to steal butter. Then why are you standing up there? Our calf, small calf, in my house, it has escaped. I have come in search of that. But why are you searching up there? I thought maybe it is hiding in the... Then he jumps and runs away. So like that, beautiful prank. See, despondency will vanish. That's what our Parikshit was about to die within 5 or 6 days. He's telling, if you hear the Krishna Leela, if you read that Bhagavatam, all your despondency, all your depression, anxiety will vanish. So we will sing one beautiful bhajan. of Lord Krishna, and I will give an end to my talk. Gopala Radha Lola Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala Murali Lola Nandalala Murali Lola Nandalala Murali Lola Nandalala Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Vanamala Vrindavanamala Vanamala Vrindavanamala Vanamala Radha Lola Gopala Radha Lola Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala Murali Lola Nandalala Gopala Radha Lola Gopala Radha Lola Murali Lola Nandalala Murali Lola Nandalala Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Keshava Madhava Janardana Vanamala Vrindavanamala Vanamala Vrindavanamala Vanamala Vrindavanamala Vanamala Vrindavanamala Murali Lola Nandalala Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.